Hi crypto peeps, hope you're doing well. Today's date is 19th of January 2024 and wow, what a week we've had. Bitcoin today is trading at around about 41,429 as you can see here down here. And as you can see up here, this was us last Friday where Bitcoin went to the great price of nearly $49,000. So we had a bit of a peak after the ETF approvals that will happen late last week, and then it dropped, and it's dropped right about to where we started off and where we've been for several months in the low 40s. So what's happening? Well, some of the videos we have here today and some of the news will try to describe this for you. Lots happening, across the world globally. So I think all that's affecting what's happening. But interesting developments, and I do expect to see the ETFs having an effect on Bitcoin and to see some raises. But it's a very busy time as we are starting to also approach the Bitcoin halving. So with this, let's get to the paper-based news for you today. Okay, so my first paper-based piece of news here today is on Cryptopolitan and the Bitcoin bloodbath, lowest levels hit since ETF cheers and what went wrong. In a surprising turn of events, the crypto market has witnessed a significant downturn as Bitcoin, the pioneering digital currency, plummets to its lowest level since the approval of the exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. This downturn marks a notable shift in the landscape of the volatile crypto market, raising concerns and prompting discussions about the factors contributing to this sudden decline. Bitcoin's price has dropped to its lowest level since the US approved almost a dozen exchange-traded funds that contain the crypto last week. The largest crypto declined as much as 4.3% to $40,809 and is now roughly down 11%. Going to say it's had an 11.35% price drop in the last 7 days. Traders are constantly tracking the inflows into ETFs, and BlackRock Inc.'s fund has already surpassed $1 billion in investor inflows, becoming the first in the group to do so since trading began last Thursday. According to Bloomberg data, investors deposited $371 million in the BlackRock fund, bringing the IBIT past the milestone. Fidelity Investments is close behind. The company's BTC Bitcoin ETF saw $358 million in inflows yesterday, and that's the greatest single-day total since the fund's inception a week ago. In total, Fidelity's fund has received approximately $880 million, and BlackRock and Fidelity led the early consolidation in the new asset. And this is with the two firms getting 68% of all inflows across the 9 new ETFs on the market. And this totals over $2 billion. Grayscale's investment, or GBTC fund, accounted for major inflows, and Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, founded in 2013, had over $28 billion in assets under management when it converted to an ETF. But this has witnessed approximately $1.6 billion in withdrawals since trading began. Other publicly traded firms linked to the digital asset market also fell. Coinbase, the largest US cryptocurrency exchange, lost approximately 6.7% and is down 17% since the authorization. So the big question, why is the crypto market down today? Trading volumes in the crypto market have declined due to a variety of causes, including volatility, earnings season, and macroeconomic changes. These are as below here, and you can read all these in detail, so I'm just going to read the highlights of these, but check these out them yourself. So the first one is the stronger US dollar is putting selling pressure on Bitcoin. The second one here, rising demand and higher US Treasury yields have supported the sustained strength, and retail sales in the United States climbed more than predicted in the last month of 2023. Also, US Treasury rates have risen significantly, indicating that investors are altering their expectations on the Federal Reserve's rate cutting plan. And furthermore, the strengthening of the US economy, as evidenced by the most recent statistics, is changing the market's dovish expectations, albeit the odds for rate reduction in March and May remained around 50 basis points. Also, CPI inflation, job creation and earnings increase in December, but economic activity remained robust. The drop in prices of key cryptocurrencies has triggered a wave of liquidations across the futures market. Bullish traders appear to have been taken off guard, resulting in a fast burn of long liquidations. And over $137 million in long positions have been liquidated in the last 24 hours on the crypto market, with $89 million lost in the last 12 hours alone. So that's some idea of what's going on there, the economics behind why crypto is down at the moment. The ETFs rose at one level, but we got all these things happening in the world that are happening, to bring it back down again. And of course, we have all these global conflicts and stuff as well, and they ain't helping. So let's move on to something else here for a while. Bitcoin ETFs again. This is on CoinDesk. Bitcoin instantly topped silver in the ETF market and trails only gold amongst commodities. The newly launched Bitcoin exchange-traded funds already have nearly $30 billion in assets under management, and silver ETFs only have $11 billion. Silver has existed since dying stars started spewing the metal out billions of years ago, and Bitcoin is 15, but it's already a bigger deal in the US ETF market. Bitcoin's ETFs had more assets than silver ETFs the instant the US Securities and Exchange Commission approved them last week, and trailed only gold amongst commodity-focused US ETFs. Thanks to the conversion of the existing Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into an ETF, there was immediately almost $30 billion stashed in Bitcoin ETFs, according to data compiled by CoinDesk. The only commodity that remains more popular is gold, which Bitcoin is often also called a digital version of, which is roughly $95 billion. And there's a quote here from someone that says, "This was way beyond my short-term expectations, but it's a fantastic validation of Bitcoin's role as a reserve product and of the demand for Bitcoin exposure in financial markets." And this comes from 21 Shares co-founder, Ophelia Snyder, and she launched one of the ETFs in partnership with ARK Invest. As I said, more information down below. If you want to check these out in full, I suggest you do so. So on Cryptopolitan again here, a crypto trader turns $10,000 into $1.3 million. This is an interesting story, and it tells you, you do your research, get in there at the right time, you can become good. So a savvy crypto trader has turned heads in the digital currency by transforming $10,000 investment into a staggering $1.3 million in just under 10 days. The trader achieved this remarkable feat through a well-timed purchase of Troll tokens following Elon Musk's amusing update of his Twitter bio to Chief Troll Officer. Blockchain data provided on-chain revealed that the trader initially invested $10,000. The investment strategy involved converting Ether tokens into a staggering 19 trillion Troll tokens on the same day Elon Musk changed his Twitter bio. In a strategic move, the trader decided to cash in on their investment by selling 9 million Troll tokens shortly after the initial purchase, covering their buying costs. This move left them with 10 trillion Troll tokens, which at its peak were valued at an astonishing 1.34 million. While the value of Troll tokens has since experienced a decrease, the remaining 10 trillion Troll tokens are still worth a substantial $864,000 at current prices, and this equates to an astounding 8,540% gain from the trader's initial capital. There's more on Troll in this story and power of meme coins and everything else on this, so read that interesting article. Just goes to show, getting there at the right time, the right place, money can still be made out there. My final piece of paper-based news there, I think, and maybe one of the last two stories, the Bitcoinist here. Donald Trump wants to ban CBDCs as the presidential race heats up. Former President of the United States, Donald Trump, has recently expressed his strong opposition to the central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. And he declares that he would never allow the development of a CBDC in the United States if he were reinstated as president. During his re-election campaign speech in Portsmouth, New Hampshire on Wednesday, Trump addressed the negative impacts of CBDCs in the United States. Known for his outspoken opinions, the former US president took a firm stand against CBDCs, asserting that having digital currencies managed by the US central bank would grant the federal government sovereign authority over citizens' finances. He said, "Tonight I'm making another promise to protect Americans from the government tyranny. As your president, I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency." Now, the ex-president contends that the introduction of a CBDC would strip the freedom of American people, facilitating covert government access to citizens' funds and the potential digital tracking of transactions. In his speech, he revealed that the reason for his strong opposition towards CBDCs was to spread awareness and to protect the US populace from the potential challenges associated with a dollar digitization. Now, Trump's declaration comes at a time when the US State's Federal Reserve has been contemplating possibilities of developing a CBDC to enhance the nation's financial system. Again, more on that down below, so check out what CBDCs are, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, scary technology in my opinion, but I think it's coming. My last piece of paper-based news here today, and this may be a bit of a thing for you to investigate on your own. This is on Decrypt. This has come out in the last few hours. So what is Celestia, or TIA, the coin created by a CIA hacker, and it spikes 800%. A modular blockchain with a notorious founder is the new obsession amongst crypto enthusiasts. Its token is up 40% since December 18th. It goes on to say here, now that the Bitcoin ETF fever is broken, investors big and small are already looking for the next hot property. Until the Bitcoin halving shakes things up, many crypto watchers are watching Celestia, a new coin that has made its way into the top 50 with an interesting architecture and a controversial leader. TIA, the native token of Celestia, went live following an airdrop in October, and since then it's honoured its name, rising skyward at an amazing appreciation of 800%. The token has been one of the best performing digital assets in the last 30 days, spiking over 10% in the last week, and currently sits near the $18 price range, as you can see on CoinGecko. Now, the green candles have made it a trending topic in community, according to CoinMarketCap, but Celestia has also been hot in the crypto ecosystem due to its controversial background of its founder. Its CEO, Mustafa Al-Bassam, known by his former hacker alias T-Flow, was a core member of the infamous hacking group called LulzSec as a teenager. And this group was responsible for high-profile cyber attacks on targets like the CIA and Sony before most of them were arrested in 2011. So check that out. That's a really interesting story there. It tells you a little bit about the crypto itself. Maybe you have a look at that, do some research, see what you think. But it looks like it's making some very interesting moves. People are interested in that one right now. So with this, we're going to move on to some video-based news here now. I have 4 great pieces of news. Altcoin Daily is the first one. As you know, I subscribe to these. They put out great content every single day. This is around about 9 minutes, and it's why is Bitcoin crashing? They also talk about Donald Trump, Coinbase, and 4 altcoins that are doing real well right now. So that's a good piece of general information on that one. My next video news here is on Coin Bureau. This goes on for 20 minutes, and it's for a beginner, this really, but it's interesting anyway. So it's 10 things you must know before buying crypto, and there's lots of top tips on that as well. So that goes on for 20 minutes. Have a look at that one. My third piece of news here today on video is from a new channel I'm watching called Ncash Official, and they put out daily news. I'm liking the ones I've been watching the last 2 or 3 days. This one goes on for 23 minutes, and they're talking about Ripple with their XRP news, and they say it's extremely scary, but it's coming. So have a look at that, especially if you are interested in Ripple or XRP, and if you own any of that one. And again, back to Altcoin Daily for my last piece of news here, because if you're following the ETF stuff, this is worth looking at. And it goes on for 8 minutes, and it's a discussion with a Bitcoin ETF insider. And he says most people don't realize what's coming for cryptocurrency. And he talks about what's happening with the ETFs and how it's going to pan out over the next few weeks. Very informative. Have a look at that. This guy knows what he's talking about. So that's it for all the news, paper-based and video and otherwise. As I said, check out the links below for all further information and do your research on this. Also, click that subscribe button and give us a big thanks and a big thumbs up there. And add any comments down below as well. Be safe out there. Have a very safe week. Do your research. Be careful. Namaste. See you next week.